are the best teams in the NFL right now. Welcome, football fans, ladies, gentlemen, and jabronis. It's Mitch here to react to none other than Uncle Colin Cowherd's top 10 teams in the NFL after Week 11, entering Week 12. The question is, as it remains, is Colin correct or is Colin crazy? It's up to me to decide. And it's up to you to spike the like button. And don't be a jabroni. Subscribe to the channel for more Colin Cowherd and NFL reactions just like this. Let me know in the comments your top 10 teams in the NFL right now. Your honest, real top 10 teams. Let's see what Colin's got. I hope you're right, Colin. I don't want to sit here and tear you apart in front of the people. In front of all these beautiful people. No. I don't want to do that, Colin. You better be right, Colin. Don't make me tear you apart, Colin. Okay, let's see what you got, old man. What do you got for me?
In all the years I've been doing herd hierarchy, there is the smallest gap from the best team in the league to number 10. The smallest gap ever. I think the 10th best team could beat the number 1 team. I don't have any doubt in my mind. That's what we have.
This is exactly what I've been saying. Colin is right. Colin's on the right track. He knows what he's talking about. There is not a historic team this year, is what he's saying. There's not a great team. There's not a stellar team. There's not an unbeatable team. Last year, the Eagles were pretty darn close to that. They were a historic all-time team. And we learned that by the playoffs at the very least, if not before. This year, he's right. There's probably teams not in his top 10 that I would put in my top 10. There's probably teams that are outside the top 10 that could beat the best team. There are. So, yeah, I agree. That means that these playoffs are about to be pretty fun, because that means a lot of teams have a chance to go all the way.
That's, by the way, what Adam Silver wants the NBA to be. Like, you're not sure who is the best team. You think it's the last champion, and then you get to the playoffs and they get knocked out. I kind of feel that's what we have right now. Here we go, our herd hierarchy.
Was that quietly a shot at the Eagles?
Herd hierarchy.
Time is now. Let's go.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colin.
Okay,
Number
Colin.
10.
I think arguably the most talented athletic team in the league is Seattle, and I'll put them at 10 because they have the most giveaways in the league. But they were going for a game-winning kick against the Rams in L.A., and they had 4 picks. They have the best point differential in the NFC. They don't have a real gap in their team other than the giveaways. JSN is the highest-graded receiver according to PFF. They've allowed the fewest sacks on offense. They got playmakers everywhere on both sides of the ball. They can run it with power, so if they get a lead, they can close out the clock. They make too many mistakes, but they are a great number 10 team that was going for a winning kick against the Rams. On a day on the road, they had 4 picks. Number 10, Seattle.
I'm not even that high on the Seahawks. I thought I was low on the Seahawks. I have them in the top 3. 10? You just went on a soliloquy about nobody's good and you put the Seahawks at 10? What? You just talked about how they have no flaws on their team and they're number 10? In this league? In this NFL? Colin, I didn't want to do this, man. I just wanted to have a nice little peaceful discussion. But you brought it on yourself, Colin. Why do you have the Seahawks at number 10? 10? They have a top 5 defense, and they have a top 10 offense, and they have a top 10 quarterback so far this year. And they have the best, second best receiver right now. I think the only receiver I could honestly take over JSN is Jamar Chase when he's not spitting on people. The D-line is sick. The coach is good. The OC is good. The only problem I have with the Seahawks is that they have yet to beat a good team. But they nearly did it against the Rams. And they got completely screwed by Sam. He pissed down his leg, Sammy Darnold. And maybe that's ultimately what will happen in the playoffs. But this is a complete team. Sure, they have their flaws on the offensive line and pass protection and drop back passing scenarios. Sam can get caught with a turnover or two, but they turned it over 4 times against the Rams, and they doubled them up in yardage. They doubled them up in first downs. They lost on a game-winning field goal where they missed the kick. It wasn't the Rams kicking it. It was they kicked it, and if they would have made it, they would have won. Despite 4 turnovers. So to me, that was an extremely impressive game in a loss. It's what I talked about with the Patriots against the Steelers many weeks back. Sometimes a loss can be impressive when you mess it up. I know that the Rams got pressure, and I know that the Rams were able to force turnovers of Sam Darnold, but how repeatable is that? 4 interceptions. Probably not very repeatable. So it actually confirmed to me Seattle is good. I don't think anyone should have Seattle outside of their top 5. To me, they look like the second best NFC team right now, and this is also someone that thinks they could easily lose in the first round. But that's mostly because, again, Sam Darnold could, pee himself. So, number 10 to me is outrageous. There are not 9 teams better than the Seahawks. There are not. There are not. Absolutely not. If you think there are, let me know in the comments. Let's get to number 9.
Number 9.
Again, Kansas City. I like them. They have the second most efficient scoring offense behind the Colts in pro football. They're not good on the road. They have struggled on the road because they're just not talented enough. Now that Chris Jones is not playing at an elite level, the defense isn't as intimidating. They're really good, and they've got a good coach. I don't think Mahomes right now is playing like Josh Allen. But again, I like their weapons. I like their team. If they beat Indy, I think they're a playoff team. I think this weekend's a big deal. I'm a little surprised they're a 3-point favorite. I guess the game's at home, but I have Kansas City at 9.
Number 8.
My coaching staff of the year in the...
No, go back. No, we're not there yet. The Chiefs at number 9 above the Seahawks? I actually have the Chiefs at number 9. Exactly. We agree. We see it on the same wavelength here, Colin. But I got one problem and one problem only. Why are the Seahawks below the Chiefs? If the Seahawks played the Chiefs, the Seahawks would beat their ass. I honestly think so. The Seahawks defense would whoop Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs would rush for negative running yards. That Chiefs defense has no pass rush. You answered your own question. Look at the Chiefs, bro. They can't win on the road. The Seahawks are what? The best road team in the league next to the Patriots? The Chiefs can't win on the road. They're 1-4 on the road. They lost a game in Brazil at a neutral site. They lost to Jacksonville on primetime. They lost to the Broncos with their division on the line. Sometimes you just don't got it. I understand the Chiefs' respect. But above the Seahawks, I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. I think the Seahawks are better. I think their quarterbacks played better. I think their offense has been more consistent. I think their defense is light years better. The Chiefs have put up a bunch of stats and inflated their offense playing a bunch of crappy defenses and bad teams. They looked great against the Raiders. Phenomenal against the Commanders. Actually, not really, honestly. They looked great against the injured Ravens. But when they really played a team, how well did they fare? I mean, think about it for a second. The Bills, the Jags. Think about it. The Eagles, they didn't look great on offense. And that Eagles defense was not this Eagles defense. So for me, I think that everybody's trying to read into these statistics and analytics about the Chiefs. Go through the schedule and look at where they have impressed statistically. Look at the games and the opponents that they have put up those numbers against, and then come back to me. Because I honestly think they were inflated by playing really bad football teams and or really injured defenses. The Lions defense was really injured when they played them, the Ravens defense, etc. So the Chiefs have actually, when they've played good teams, they have not fared well. They're not clutch this year. They're not winning close games like we're used to. Chris Jones is washed. Patrick Mahomes is washed, and he's not even fat. Travis Kelce is the least washed of the three. Now their fan base is blaming Andy Reid for no good reason when their quarterback can't complete a deep ball to save his life. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Staff of the year in the NFL is San Francisco. I don't know how Robert Saleh is doing it. By the way, they're 7-0 when they hold their opponents under 25. But Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Jennings, here comes Ricky Pearsall. The band's back together. And the O-line has been better than I've given it credit for. Again, they're a little Christian McCaffrey dependent. Leads in yards, leads in carries, leads in catches. But they're now healthy. They're dangerous. And I think their coaching staff has been doing it with smoke and mirrors. And now they've got like elite players back.
Number 7.
Yeah, he's right about this one. Now, I'm a Niners fan. You guys know this, but I can't put them in the top 10 because I think they have a bottom 10 defense. And it's difficult for me to see them having sustained playoff success with their level of defense. And we want to give praise to Robert Saleh because he's done the most with very little. But the fact of the matter is they're not a good defense. It's not like he's uplifting them to be a good unit like he did in 2020. It's Kyle Shanahan is who's doing this, okay? Like, what he's done with Mac Jones, what he's done with a team without his quarterback who's making a $1 kajillion, what he's done without all these receivers, what he's done with that offensive line that Colin is praising. I think it's mostly Kyle. I think Saleh's had some good performances, like the Falcons game comes to mind. But if this defense can find a way to survive and find a way to put some things together, man, this team could be really dangerous. And I've kind of talked about that for the last couple of weeks where it's like, here they come. Here they come. The 49ers offense could be the best in the league for the remainder of the year. Christian McCaffrey is nearly unstoppable right now. I don't think I've ever seen a running back play this well in the passing game in my entire life. This might be the peak of running back receiving I've ever seen in my life. Ricky Pearsall is back. Jawan Jennings is healthier now. George Kittle is healthier now. The offensive line is gelling. If they can find a way to get a pass rush, they are dangerous. Honestly, if they had Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, I think they would have won the Super Bowl. I'm not even going crazy. I'm not even losing my mind. I honestly think that if the 49ers had Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, they would win the Super Bowl. Period. Who's standing in their way? The Rams, a team that they always beat? The only reason the Rams beat them last time is because they had no defense. Who's standing in their way? Think about it for a second. NFL got lucky.
Buffalo. Yeah, they drive me crazy, but I will say this. They lead the NFL in offensive touchdowns, and they average 6.3 yards a play, which is second in the NFL, and I think that matters a lot. Josh Allen is playing at another level. Again, like San Francisco, they can be one-player dominant on offense. Don't trust their defense, but I really believe in all the years I've been doing herd hierarchy, the difference between Seattle and the number one team is about 4 points. I'll put them at 7.
Number 6.
I think the Colts.
Okay, so the Bills. This is a Josh Allen ranking. It is. It is. Those stats you listed off is a Josh Allen stat. Touchdowns, yards per play. Somehow they're in the top 2 on offense, which is insane considering their receiving core. It's one of the worst receiving cores I've ever seen. Period. Defensively, they still can't stop the run. Their pass defense is good. This Bills team can win the Super Bowl, and I wouldn't be shocked in this year, in this season. If Josh Allen went nuclear for a playoff run, it wouldn't surprise me. At the same time, if they were eliminated in the first round, I wouldn't be surprised. This team feels very fragile, but also very dangerous. Not a lot else to say. I think 7 is a very fair ranking. I think I had them at 8 or 7, so I think that feels fair. Yeah.
Colts would beat them if they played. Probably in Indy, maybe not in Buffalo. But again,
I agree. If it was in Buffalo, that would change things. In Indy, I would definitely lean Colts.
it's the number 1 scoring offense. Only team in the league scoring on over 50% of their drives. They have the fewest punts in the NFL. They're off a bye. I think Kansas City's going to have their hands full. I buy them. Now, do I think Daniel Jones presents a ceiling? Absolutely. We're not in January. Today, right now, that's a top 6 roster in the NFL, and I said it last year, and I've said this about Cleveland. If you gave Cleveland a really good coach, go look at Cleveland's roster. They got dudes. They got
Kevin Stefanski shot.
a lot of dudes. Indy's roster is elite, and now they're getting competent plus quarterback play.
Yeah, I agree with everything he said. I think the Colts are dangerous because they have one of the most balanced offenses in the league. They have a very good offensive line. They have 2 really good coaches on each side of the ball. Lou Anarumo defensively. Kevin Stefanski. Caught me. Shane Steichen on Indianapolis. He got me with the Browns comment, bro. It's stuck in my head. They have weapons everywhere. Even if they maybe don't have an alpha receiver target, I feel like they've got some really good ones. Alec Pierce is a top deep threat. Michael Pittman's a top possession receiver. Ty Warren's a top movable tight end piece. Josh Downs a great slot receiver. They've got weapons everywhere, and the only thing I'm really worried about for them is just the Daniel Jones of it all. And I think he's totally right. And I fear them going outdoors in a playoff game. If they had to go to Denver in a playoff game, or New England in a playoff game, or Buffalo in a playoff game, I would be concerned. I do think that there's a certain domeness to Daniel Jones and this team. They do run the ball well and all that, but I just could see kind of Daniel Jones unraveling under that setting. And so there's this Daniel Jones-ness to it that's hard to quantify and also hard to get over. But at the same time, it's hard to deny the team's talent. Charvarius Ward returns with Sauce Gardner. What will that do to change their defense with Kenny Moore at the nickel? I like their safeties with Bynum, and it's a good team. I mean, they need Buckner to be healthy. Pass rush is a little bit suspect. Run defense has been worse than past years. I just feel like the Colts are probably definitely going to win a playoff game, but I feel like after that, it's going to be hard for me to trust them. So seeing them go to Kansas City is going to be a big, test in my head. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of you can relate to this about the Colts because they are to some degree like a surprising team. But it's for all the reasons that surprise teams don't typically happen. Typically, surprise teams don't happen because their roster is stacked and nobody saw it coming. Typically, we see that coming, right? But the Colts are a case of we could have seen a really talented team, but we did not see the talented team without the quarterback, and the quarterback all of a sudden kind of put it all together for us, right? So That's kind of what the Colts have become and been this year.
Number 5.
The Ravens, when Lamar...
Wow. Okay, this is too high for a 5-5 football team that has not, to me, been super impressive since Lamar's returned. And they haven't really beaten anybody since Lamar's returned. Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland. And I didn't think they looked great against Cleveland. I thought they looked okay against Minnesota. And I thought they looked good for a half against Miami. But I'd like to see them play a good football team and actually win that game this year, because it feels like they haven't done that this year. They lost to Buffalo. They lost to Kansas City. They lost to Detroit. They haven't beat a single good team. Am I mistaken? So I need to see that before I put them in the top 5. That to me is ludicrous, ridiculous. Yes, they have potential. Yes, on paper they look solid. And yes, Lamar's good, but I don't see this. This is too high. I mean, putting the Ravens over Seattle, even putting the Ravens over Buffalo. Buffalo beat them. Even putting the Ravens over the Colts.
Plays, they're averaging 29 a game, 4-game winning streak since the Week 7 bye. Listen, their defense now is healthy and playing better.
It is.
They have playmakers on both sides.
They do.
Again, this herd hierarchy, we're doing it. It's November. It's not January. Do I trust them then? No.
Then why do you have them so high? Like, to me, if you have the Ravens high, it's because you project them as a dark horse, not because you don't trust them in January.
Their next 3 games, Jets, Bengals, Steelers. So the winning streak is going to continue. Don't take too much out of a close game against Cleveland. Number 1, Cleveland's defense at home is outrageous, and it was their 3rd straight road game. I like this team a lot. Baltimore 5.
Beat someone good, please.
Number 4.
But I think in a neutral field, I'd take the Patriots, the only undefeated team on the road, 3-1 against winning teams, an incredibly efficient team. Their defense in 9 straight games has held people to 23 points or under. Vrabel deserves credit. He went and spent almost $300 million in free agency, but he spent it on character guys, defense, tough guys, and physicality. They have an identity.
They did not miss. They did not miss in free agency. This is the number 1 storyline people are overlooking about the Patriots. Sure, Drake May is incredible. Sure, Mike Vrabel's a boss. But Stephon Diggs did not miss. Mac Hollins did not miss. Morgan Moses, for what he's been, did not miss. Garrett Bradbury did not miss. Go down the list. Harold Landry did not miss. Milton Williams did not miss. Huge contract. Carlton Davis did not miss. Robert Spillane did not miss. Their draft class, outside of maybe Kyle Williams, Will Campbell did not miss. Travion could be using him more, but did not miss. Woodson did not miss. Go down the roster, did not miss, bro. Like, that's the thing that people still haven't wrapped their head around with the Patriots. They still think of them as this 4-win team with this upstart quarterback, and they're not that talented. Bro, think about the team from last year and this year. 4 new offensive linemen, multiple new playmakers, a new offensive coordinator, a new head coach, multiple new defensive lineman starters. Calebon Chason did not miss. Harold Landry, Milton Williams. Barmore barely played last year. That's a new defensive line, a new offensive line, new set of playmakers, a new number 1 receiver, a new number 1 running back, like a new number 2 corner, both new safeties, a new linebacker. Like, this isn't even the same roster, and that's what people are missing about the Patriots. I keep watching podcasts, and I keep seeing people say, this team isn't that talented. Drake May's just really good. What if it's kind of a little of both? Like, May is awesome, but at the same time, the team is completely different from the team you thought they were because you didn't pay attention to who they signed. I'm just saying. And coaching makes a heck of a difference. You go from the worst head coach I've ever seen to Mike Vrabel, and that makes a big difference. And the legitimacy about the Patriots and the reason they should be at 4 is because they have a top elite MVP caliber quarterback. And you need that to win playoff games. And the Patriots have that.
They're a tough, physical team with a quarterback that's completing 72% of his throws. Efficiency wins post-Thanksgiving, New England 4.
Number 3.
I don't know what to do with Philly. They're not good when Lane Johnson's out. But they are 24-3 in their last 27 games, and they're just dynamite in one-score games. What are you going to say? Here's the thing that I like about them.
They are dynamite in one-score games. I don't care about last year's record, though. I really don't. But their one-score record, their clutch factor, their defense, that's why I like them. That's why they're a top 3 team. Even if analytically they don't look good or pretty on paper, because the offense is crap most of the time.
They have the best interior D-line in the league, and it made a huge difference again this weekend against Detroit.
Jalen Carter is by far the best defensive tackle in football. By far.
You can't get 4th and 1 on them.
Also, Quignon and Coupe de Jean are probably the best corner combo in football. By far.
Bat down passes constantly. Opposing quarterbacks in the NFL complete 56% of their throws against Philadelphia, and it's because they got good corners, active linebackers, and 2 studs on the interior D-line.
3.
Number 2.
Denver, and again,
this is ridiculous. Denver is not the second best team in football. I'm sorry. They're not. I know they beat the Eagles, but like this Eagles defense right now is different from the team that they played. To me, like I put a little bit of projection of like who's going to go to the Super Bowl in my power rankings or who could win the Super Bowl. The Broncos are not going to go to the Super Bowl. And I don't even know if they're going to win a playoff game. I'm being honest. This is my opinion. Their defense is really good. I think the Eagles have a better defense. And in a playoff game, I'm trusting Jalen Hurts over Bo Nix. Period. Call me a hater. Call me whatever you want, bro. I don't think the Broncos are getting past the divisional round. I don't.
Again, what's the difference between Seattle and Denver?
Seattle is better. They have a better offense.
If they played tomorrow, a point.
Quarterback, JSN, Kenneth Walker, more explosiveness. Defenses are relatively the same. Everybody raves about the Broncos D, but the Seahawks D is just as good.
1.5? That's how close this thing is. Listen, 6 of their 7 games have been decided, like the Kansas City game, on a drive.
And that's why I can't put them at 2. Against the Giants, against the Jets. The Patriots have beaten those teams by 20 points, 17 points. The Broncos beat the Jets on the last possession. They could have lost on a game-winning field goal. The Patriots just beat them by 17. Or whatever it was, 13, 14. The Patriots have smoked these teams. They smoked the Titans. They smoked the bad teams. The Broncos barely survive them.
Offense has been held to 1 touchdown in back-to-back games, but I do believe, and I said it last year with Kansas City, there are teams that are good in close games. Kansas City last year was great in close games. Denver this year is great in close games. I don't think it's like fumbles that it's.
They are.
Random. It usually comes down to an elite play designer and play caller and a quarterback who's good late in games on final drives. That was Mahomes last year. That's Bo Nix this year. But they are a heavily penalized team, so they beat themselves. They've got almost 900 penalty yards, and they've trailed.
The thing is, to me, he's saying the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl with this ranking, and I don't. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. I just don't see it. Am I wrong? Let me know.
In all 11 games, but you are what your record is. They're 2.
Number 1.
The Rams are the cleanest team in the league.
I agree with this. The Rams are the number 1 team. They have the most Super Bowl factors in my mind. Elite coach, elite quarterback, elite pass rush, really good weapons. They have all the factors you look for in a Super Bowl winning team. And that's why they would be my number 1. And they are my number 1. But the Broncos. So he's saying the Rams versus the Broncos in the Super Bowl. First of all, shoot me in the face if that's the Super Bowl. Second of all, do what I said first.
Second year in a row, fewest penalties. They don't make any mistakes. They're Seattle without the mistakes. They're Denver without the penalties. So I'm really rewarding them. I don't think they're the most dynamic offense, although.
No, they're good.
I will say Devontae Adams is on a heater. He is on a heater. He has become the touchdown guy, not Puka. So I do think there is value in the Rams not being as flashy or as dynamic as other teams. They don't get penalized. They don't turn it over. You can't get the 27 points on them. You can't get the 24 points on them. That's my top 10, and I think the difference between...
Unless you're Mac Jones. There's the top 10 herd hierarchy. Rams number 1, Broncos number 2, Eagles number 3, Patriots number 4, Ravens number 5, Colts number 6, Bills number 7, Niners number 8, Chiefs number 9, and Seahawks number 10. I think the Seahawks are extremely underrated. I think the Broncos are overrated. I think the Colts and the Patriots are just about right. I think the Eagles are just about right, although I'd have them maybe a slot higher. The Bills are just about right. As much as I love the Niners, I wouldn't have them in my top 10 because of their defense. The Chiefs are accurate. The Ravens are overrated. Teams that are not in the top 10 that would be in the top 10. I think Green Bay is under consideration. Tampa Bay is under consideration. Am I missing anybody? Would anyone have Jacksonville in there? I don't think so. At this point, would anyone have the Chargers in there? I don't think so. I don't think I'm missing anyone. The Texans, no. The Lions are the team that's missing. I'd have the Lions in, the Niners out. Lions in, Niners out. Yeah. Yeah. Lions beat the Ravens, by the way. Just throwing that out there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments. Deuces.